What is your role at ScaleupAlly?
My current role is to gather client requirements,
Okay.
see what their business acumen is all about.
I used to hear more terms around like the Power BI or Tableau.
Eventually, technology involved. Eventually, visualization moved from Excel to Power BI and Tableau. We must understand that the story is being written by SQL and Python.
I in the BI is the business intelligence, but there is another I with the A, which is called AI.
So AI in BI has done tremendous work till now.
Overall, from the value proposition perspective, do you think still this will be adding the value to the business in terms of like the insights which they require in the future?
Definitely now with AI, even ML has come into picture, and you won't be just giving normal insights to your customer.
Welcome back to another episode of Techie Talks with Kuldeep. I am your host Kuldeep Singh. Today we are excited to have Mr. Shashank with us. Shashank is a BI technical lead at ScaleupAlly. Let's hear more directly from him. Shashank, welcome to the show.
Well, the pleasure is all mine, Kuldeep, and thanks a lot that you invited me here.
So, Shashank, what is your role at ScaleupAlly and how does your day-to-day looks like?
Okay, so I'll start with my role. My current role is to gather client requirements, see what their business acumen is all about, see what problems they are facing, why did they approach us, and provide a business insight to them using data visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau, and all. So if I also talk about my current role at the company, it also involves handling a team of experts in this data visualization, managing their day-to-day tasks, and end goal is always to deliver the exact product the customer needs.
Okay.
Now, if I talk about my day-to-day activities, that would involve, starting with the stand-up call, ensuring my team is having enough resources, what they need to have the most productivity, and also assigning any tasks that we could have future new tasks. We could have new scopings for clients. So handling client meetings and managing my team's work is what my day-to-day looks like.
Okay. No, and business intelligence has been there for quite long in the industry. But one difference which I see is I used to hear more terms around like the Power BI or Tableau. But nowadays I started hearing that for example, the other skill sets such as Python, SQL, etc. also started adding value into the BI landscape overall. What are those and how those are helping you to build the actionable insights?
Well, a great question to begin with. Now, to be honest, see, IT has always had evolutions. So earlier, the legacy Excel was there. So mostly SMEs were just involved in Excel reporting. They used to manage every data. They used to have MIS executives. Everything was there in Excel. And, it made sense. Excel was great. Excel, free, easy to use, and, intuitive also. So it all made sense. But eventually technology involved. Eventually visualization moved from Excel to Power BI and Tableau because they gave more options. And they give you more options. And in this era of big data where data is the new currency. So you cannot just rely on Excel. So you moved towards Power BI and Tableau. Now, see, when the evolution happens, then there is transition. And when there is transition, there would be roadblocks because change does not come easy. You will have to leave your comfort zone. Now, that's what happens when we transition from Excel to Power BI and Tableau. Now, the demand of the situation is even Power BI and Tableau is not sufficient. You need to have SQL and Python knowledge as well. But why? See, the reason is, let's take an example of a car. The instrument cluster of a car, it shows your speed of the car, it shows the RPM. But what is the actual thing that is driving it? The engine and the transmission. That is exactly what SQL and Python are doing. So the instrument cluster is the Power BI and the Tableau. You are seeing some beautiful reports, you are seeing some art, and you are really mesmerized by it. But what is driving it? That is SQL and Python. And now why SQL and Python? So SQL, if I say, it has some advantages like having a single source of truth. You cannot have different people committing different numbers to the management or anyone. Everybody needs to have a single source of information. That's where SQL comes in healthy. You can have many advanced features in SQL. You can have access control, like one of the again most important features nowadays. And what Python does, Python automates all of it. So when you combine the power of SQL and Python, when you use SQL and Python in tandem, that's when you get the real input in BI. So Power BI and Tableau, because of being front end, would always get all the limelight. But we must understand that it's the story is being written by SQL and Python.
So Shashank, I do understand that the Power BI as well as the Tableau are the front end, and maybe those were the magical tool in the start. But as the data started growing, you need the more processing, and also the various sources of the data from where you need to do the data cleaning, etc., and make it ready for the businesses sides. But one important part is as the firm, as a company grows, right? It do have vast amount of the data, but I don't want it to provide access to every data to everyone. How do you ensure that the proper access methods are established as part of your workflow?
Okay, so this is one of the most common requirements we've had from the clients, because as we discussed, data is growing, and when the data grows, the company grows, the workforce will grow, and obviously you cannot give access to every data for everyone. So one of the most common examples, if I would say, you would want the North region manager to see his revenue. Basically, you would want the revenue to be only visible region wise. So this is one of the most common use cases in industries we are having, and fortunately even the tech giants are quite aware of it, and every features we have been given in the technology itself. So power, whether you talk about Power BI, Tableau, SQL, database level, and visualization level, at all the levels we have had this features of row level security, and they can be easily implemented. I would start with database level. So if I give an example, you would want key data engineer should be able to access this particular database, a different database for reporting team, and a different set of
schema, views, etc.
Exactly. So the data engineering team would be able to ingest the data, they would be able to edit the data, but the data reporting team, they won't be able to edit the data also. And same is the case with QA team also. So at database level, such features are being handled, which team is given which access. And you can also we also have the feature of object level security, like you can make them view some tables, some of the views are for some different team. And again, like this only, we have data filtration at visualization level. Like I just said the example about regional wise revenue information. So that are showed in Power BI and Tableau. They handle it quite wonderfully. You just have to have from the organization, which person should see what. You have to have their credentials, and with the magic of data modeling and everything, it's just a one click away. So I think the technologies have understood the client's requirement quite well, and they have implemented all of these features in the technologies itself.
So you are saying yes, of course it is important, and also it is possible to handle such things already at the row level data, at the time of the data ingestion, or at the time of the data visualization layer.
Perfect.
Completely agree. And also the one I in the BI is the business intelligence, but there is another I with the A, which is called AI, is also I am hearing quite often. What does that mean for a BI professional like you, and do you see some changes upcoming in next 2 to 3 years?
Definitely, and there are not some, I would say a lot of changes coming our way, because I think everyone is aware the transition AI has made into IT is tremendous. And why should I even say just IT? AI is everywhere.
AI is
You take
everywhere.
financial industry, you take healthcare industry, you take manufacturing industry, every industry AI has come into that industry, and it's high time we start working with it. I still see many people having this misconceptions that AI will replace manpower, AI will replace this and that. But I think what we need to understand and emphasize is AI is not here to replace us, but is here to make me more productive. It is here for the clients to get more analysis, more information. It will help me do my 8-hour job in 4-hour job. It will spare that 4 hour for me, and that will make me learn even more things. And when I have time, I am able to learn more things, I am able to work on more things, then there will be new analysis that will be put. So I think that is very important, that we need to understand, rather than just saying AI is here for negative things. Regarding BI, if I talk about one of the most common cases, and it has started happening also.
Okay.
So let's say we build a Power BI dashboard or some visualizations. Who is the end user for it? So mainly stakeholders, high level business managers are working on it, and they have brilliant knowledge about business, but they are not very tech savvy.
Yes.
So that is one of the biggest challenge that was happening in BI. Now AI has come and tackled it beautifully. Now you have conversational analysis. They can just type what is the revenue I had last month, and they'll get the number. There is no need for them to have training for it. Earlier they used to have training for it, how to use that. And in a typical MNC, what happens ki all of these visualizations are shared in a presentation to the higher teams. Now even this can be done by AI. So AI in BI has done tremendous work till now, and in few years I can't even say what it will do. So I think AI has come to get more data analysis. It is going to make tremendous use of this increasing data, which is the new currency now. And I think we would get not even the clients are getting most of it, even it is helping us. Earlier, if you take cases of simple, data ingestion processes, we used to make do data cleaning, we used to do data preparation. Even AI is helping us there also. And if we talk about management level, as a team lead, as a project manager, we have various meetings with clients. We prepare scoping of it, we distribute the task to our team. AI is helping us there also. So I think AI would engulf everything, but if you don't use it, then you are in danger.
Yeah. So you are saying like people should not be afraid, and you are saying like the AI will complement the BI space. For example, how easier it is now to build those insights. Earlier you have to always dependent on a visualization expert, and if he is on like leave or something, that person cannot really make it. He needs to again ask, then the dashboard will get built in another 1 week time or 1 day time. He will lose the interest. Now by simply going through the natural language, he can ask these questions, and these insights are available, which means now he is better prepared for all those discussions.
Exactly.
How is like ScaleupAlly itself is handling those changes? I am assuming you might have already started working with the clients or in some internal projects, so that you are using proper AI within the BI space as well.
Okay, so great question. And to be honest, yes, ScaleupAlly has started working on this, and started working on engulfing AI into our own systems, because to be honest, else you won't survive it.
Okay.
And we want to survive. So if I talk about some typical use cases, then it is obviously which I just mentioned, where project managers are. So basically, whatever team meetings we have, whether internal, whether clients, we are recording it. Transcripts are being generated, then automatically scoping of that project is being done, and automatically we are creating Jira tickets, we are breaking it into milestones. So a lot of things is being done by AI. It's not that ki, everything is done by AI. Definitely you need monitoring. AI is not doing all of my work. My work to validate was there and is still there. So we are not totally relying on it. But yes, we are reducing our manual work with AI. Another use case, this was internal what we were doing. Okay. Another use case, customer wise, which I talk about. I think we recently prepared a project where customer used to get the analysis from the BI dashboards in a telegram. So he just asked questions like I mentioned, ki, what is my revenue this, and he used to get the numbers, whatever number he wishes to get in telegram. Again, conversational AI. So I think you have to start using AI into projects, and even companies, they are up to this race. They now, even the projects we start, the main question from the client is, how will you implement AI in this, and what extra will AI give me into this? So we have started working on it. Yes, we are up for this task, and we will definitely be and try to be AI first company.
Okay, and based on your past experience within this domain, what do you think the future looks like, 2 to 3 years now onwards?
Well, to be honest, can't say much about future, because the way AI is progressing, it's tremendous. It's so beautiful, but it's also scary. It's scary if you are not racing with it. If you are not up and implementing AI in your daily routines, then you have a serious problem in 2-3 years. And I won't even talk about just official work or anything. Even in your daily personal works, you should start implementing AI. So I think this is something we need to focus on. And now, what will happen is, for young professionals out there, I think the main crux would be to have more skill set, and they would have to focus more on skills like soft skills, understanding the business knowledge. I think this would be even more important now. You would not only just be judged by technical skills you have. So SQL, Power BI, Python would not help you, retain in this industry. You'll have to have some extra skills. You'll have to have soft skills. You'll have to have knowledge of business domain. And one of the major transfer of your task would be task delegation.
Okay.
So even now, a developer should realize what tasks he can delegate to AI. So task delegation would not be limited to project managers and team leads, but even developers and QAs would be delegating their tasks. So, and to be honest, if you think about it, that is even beneficial for them. How will you delegate your task? First, you'll have to make a plan. What task I have? You'll break it. And whenever we break our task, whenever we try to micromanage it, I think only good outcome comes. Okay. So I think AI, we should start implementing not only in our business, in our professional work, but we should also start implementing it in our daily life, like, in mails. And say, if I talk basic examples, then setting reminders, a lot of things can be done through AI. So I think this is high time that we realize its importance and work with it.
Yeah, no, completely agree. And I think, as you said, this is going to be the change also for the BI professional. So like now we are in 2025, and soon we are going to be in the 2026. For a person who is just stepping up in this role, or maybe he's looking forward to work in this role in the future, what will be the key piece of advice for them, how they can learn and how they can grow further?
Well, my foremost advice would be, please don't be scared.
Okay.
And I would, to some extent, I would even say you are lucky. If you are starting now, even AI is starting now. So if both of you are starting now, let's just play together. Why be scared of it? I can understand a 60-year-old data engineer be afraid, because it would be a little difficult for him to learn those skills. But if you are also starting, AI is also starting. So just play together, and I'm sure both of you will have fun.
And also about, like, for example, yes, the BI learning is still going to be maybe like the shape how we are doing it today will definitely get changed. But overall, from the value proposition perspective, do you think still this will be adding the value to the business in terms of like the insights which they require in the future?
Definitely, I think a lot of new analysis would come into place. Definitely now with AI, even ML has come into picture, and you won't be just giving normal insights to your customer. Now you would be giving predictive analysis to your customer. Now you would be giving prescriptive analysis to your customer. So from in BI, it wouldn't be just limited to descriptive analysis which you were doing. So predictions, forecasting, this would take over. because as I mentioned, a lot of your tasks would be decreased, the time would be decreased. So, and with increasing data, with increasing libraries where you get such predictions, I think this would take over. So a lot of analysis would now be dependent on forecasting and prediction. And I think now with upcoming years also, this would even be more improved. So your predictions will become a lot much accurate. I think this would be, what would be happening in upcoming future. Even if we talk about chat GPTs and everything, what they are doing, they have done almost everything. Their main tasks now is to just improve the accuracy. है ना? Just to have that emotional context and just to improve the answers they are doing. Basically, they are just improving the answers. So I think that is what would be happening in upcoming years. So increasing the accuracy, and business BI intelligence would definitely have more analysis now. So there won't be just simple charts or simple descriptive analysis on historical data, which usually happened, and a lot more would be dependent on predictive analysis.
No, I think you said it rightly. Like the business intelligence is going to stay, maybe like the shape, like coming it from, like a just describe me this. Now it will move more towards like the prescribe me, and also AI augment me. Tell me what is one thing which is not visible to me today based on this data. And how you have also described is like, hey, the shape might get changed, but this unit is still going to be helpful. So in case you are looking for a career into this, please start, and please also start like learning the new technology. For example, even if like don't afraid of learning from like a SQL, Python, AI, all these things, add them into your kitty. And also what you said is like the data security, those aspects are also very much important, because your data is an asset, and if you don't secure your data, there might be like someone can do the harm to your business.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks a lot, Shashank. It was very insightful. Thank you for sharing your experience and the learning with us.
Well, the pleasure was all mine. I really enjoyed it, and let's hope you invite me again.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for this episode of Techie Talks with Kuldeep. Until next time, keep learning and keep innovating. Thank you for watching.